Eleanor stood by the large window of her tiny New York apartment, cradling a steaming cup of coffee. The city was waking up, the streets slowly filling with people rushing off to work. But Eleanor felt none of their urgency. She was already worn out, and the day had barely begun. Her small living space was an eclectic mix of vibrant colors and art supplies, a testament to her creativity. But her job at a corporate design firm demanded a different side of her, one that felt foreign and stifling. Each day, she spent hours crafting designs that felt devoid of passion, her talent reduced to mere templates and guidelines. Her phone buzzed, a reminder of the upcoming meeting. Eleanor sighed, the familiar weight of expectation settling on her shoulders. Her parents had always been proud of her achievements, pushing her towards a stable career. The thought of disappointing them was a knot in her stomach that never seemed to untangle. Yet, beneath the layers of expectations and self-doubt, there was a spark, a small, persistent voice whispering that there was more to life than this. It was a desire to create art that resonated, to find joy in her work again. Eleanor took a deep breath, letting the morning sunlight warm her face. She knew change was necessary, but it seemed like a distant dream, hidden behind the walls of her own insecurities. The day ahead was predictable and uninspiring, but as Eleanor gazed out over the awakening city, she felt a flicker of hope. Maybe today would be different. Maybe today she would take the first step towards something new. Eleanor navigated the bustling streets, her mind still lingering on the thought of change. The morning air was crisp, filled with the sounds of a city that never sleeps. She walked with purpose, yet inside, she felt adrift. As she reached the subway entrance, a street artist caught her eye. He was painting a mural on a large canvas, his strokes bold and confident. Eleanor paused, captivated by the vivid colors and the life they seemed to possess. The artist, a middle-aged man with paint-splattered clothes, glanced her way and smiled. "Beautiful, isn't it?" he said, nodding towards the mural. Eleanor returned his smile, feeling an unfamiliar warmth. "It's incredible. You have such a gift." "Thank you," he replied, his eyes twinkling. "Art is about passion, not perfection. Remember that." His words lingered in her mind as she entered the subway, the rhythmic clatter of the train echoing his message. Passion, not perfection. It was a concept she hadn't considered in a long time, her pursuit of excellence often overshadowing her joy for creation. At work, the day dragged on. Eleanor's mind drifted back to the artist's mural, the colors vivid in her memory. His approach to art seemed liberating, a stark contrast to the rigid frameworks she was accustomed to. Later that evening, Eleanor found herself wandering through a local art gallery. It was a spontaneous decision, driven by a need for inspiration. As she moved through the exhibits, she felt a connection to the pieces, each one telling its own story. In a quiet corner, she stumbled upon a workshop flyer. It was an open invitation for a weekend art retreat, promising a journey into creativity and self-discovery. Eleanor's heart raced with excitement. This could be the opportunity she needed, a chance to reconnect with her passion. The following weekend, Eleanor arrived at the retreat, her heart a mix of excitement and anxiety. She was greeted by a diverse group of artists, each there to explore their creativity. Among them was the street artist from the subway, now introduced as Marcus. Eleanor felt a sense of serendipity in seeing him again. Marcus welcomed her with open arms, his enthusiasm infectious. "I'm glad you decided to join us," he said, his smile reassuring. Throughout the retreat, Eleanor immersed herself in the world of colors and textures, guided by Marcus's philosophy of passion. She experimented with different mediums, rediscovering the joy of creation. Marcus encouraged her to let go of her fears, to express herself freely and without judgment. As the weekend progressed, Eleanor felt the beginnings of a transformation. She realized that her doubts were merely barriers she had constructed, and with each brushstroke, she felt those walls begin to crumble. The retreat concluded with an exhibition, showcasing the participants' work. Eleanor's piece was a vibrant explosion of color, a reflection of her newfound freedom. As she stood before it, she felt something she hadn't in a long time, pride and a sense of belonging. Marcus approached her, his expression one of genuine admiration. "You've found your voice, Eleanor. Hold on to it." Eleanor nodded, her heart full. This was the turning point she needed, a spark that ignited her journey toward change. She left the retreat with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to embrace whatever came next. Back in the city, Eleanor felt a newfound energy coursing through her veins. The retreat had opened her eyes to the possibilities that lay beyond her self-imposed limitations. She was determined to bring that sense of freedom into her everyday life. Her first step was small but significant. Eleanor began dedicating an hour each morning to her own art. She would wake up early, the city still wrapped in the quiet of dawn, and lose herself in colors and canvas. These moments became her sanctuary, a space where she could breathe and just be. At work, the change was subtle but noticeable. Eleanor started incorporating more of her personal style into her projects, infusing them with creativity and originality. Her colleagues began to take notice, their feedback encouraging and positive. Yet, doubt occasionally crept in, whispering that these changes were temporary, that she would eventually revert to her old ways. But Eleanor was determined not to let fear dictate her actions. She reminded herself of Marcus's advice: passion, not perfection, and held on to it like a lifeline. There were challenges, of course. Balancing her personal projects with work commitments was not easy, and there were days when exhaustion threatened to overwhelm her. But each time doubt surfaced, Eleanor would recall the vivid colors of her retreat artwork, the sense of accomplishment she had felt, and it would renew her resolve. With each passing day, Eleanor felt her confidence grow. She started to believe in her abilities, not just as a designer but as an artist with a unique voice. The fear that had once held her back began to fade, replaced by a quiet but steady determination. These initial steps toward change were not just about art. They were about reclaiming her life and finding joy in the journey. Eleanor was on a path toward something greater, and for the first time in a long time, she was excited about the future. Eleanor's journey toward transformation was not without its struggles. As she delved deeper into her creative pursuits, she encountered obstacles that tested her resolve. The demands of her job intensified, leaving her with little energy for her morning art sessions. Deadlines loomed, and the pressure to perform was relentless. Her family, though proud of her professional achievements, questioned her newfound passion. Conversations over dinner were often tinged with concern. "Are you sure this art thing is worth it?" her mother would ask, the words heavy with unspoken expectations. Eleanor felt torn, caught between the life she had always known and the one she yearned for. The fear of disappointing her loved ones weighed heavily on her, casting a shadow over her progress. She found herself at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. In the midst of this turmoil, an unexpected opportunity arose. Her company announced a design competition open to all employees. The winner would have their work featured in a high-profile campaign. It was a chance to showcase her skills, to blend her personal style with professional demands. Eleanor hesitated at first, her inner critic quick to point out her flaws. But Marcus's words echoed in her mind: art is about passion, not perfection. With renewed determination, she decided to participate, viewing it as both a challenge and an opportunity to prove herself. The competition required late nights and unwavering focus. Eleanor poured her heart into her design, drawing inspiration from the vibrant colors of her retreat artwork. She crafted a piece that was bold and expressive, a true reflection of her artistic voice. As the submission deadline approached, Eleanor felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She knew she had given her best, but doubts lingered at the edges of her mind. Would her work be enough? Would it resonate with others as it had with her? When the day of the announcement arrived, Eleanor was a bundle of nerves. She gathered with her colleagues in the conference room, the air thick with anticipation. The judges praised the creativity and innovation of the submissions, highlighting the diverse talents within the company. As they unveiled the winning design, Eleanor's heart skipped a beat. Her work was displayed, the colors vivid and alive, a testament to her journey and growth. She had won. Joy and disbelief washed over her in equal measure. Her colleagues congratulated her, their admiration genuine. For Eleanor, this victory was more than just professional recognition. It was a validation of her choices and a beacon of hope for the future. Her family, too, came to see the value in her passion. Witnessing her success, they began to understand the depth of her commitment and the happiness it brought her. Their support, once conditional, became unwavering. The challenges Eleanor faced had tested her limits, but they had also fortified her resolve. She had learned to trust in herself, to embrace her unique perspective, and to find beauty in imperfection. Eleanor's journey was far from over, but she had taken significant steps toward becoming the person she wanted to be. The road ahead was still uncertain, but she faced it with confidence and courage, knowing that she had the strength to overcome whatever lay in her path. With her recent success fueling her motivation, Eleanor began to establish a personal philosophy that would guide her daily life. She realized that sustaining her newfound passion required more than occasional bursts of creativity. It demanded a consistent and intentional approach. Her mornings became a ritual of rejuvenation. She would wake before sunrise, the city still in slumber, and dedicate time to her art. These sessions were not just about creating. They were a form of meditation, a practice that centered her for the day ahead. Eleanor introduced mindfulness into her routine, taking moments throughout the day to pause and breathe. She found that this practice helped her stay grounded, especially during stressful times at work. It was a reminder to remain present, to focus on the journey rather than the destination. She also began journaling, capturing her thoughts, dreams, and challenges. This exercise allowed her to reflect on her progress, celebrate her achievements, and learn from her setbacks. The journal became a trusted companion, a space where she could be honest with herself. In her professional life, Eleanor started advocating for projects that aligned with her values. She sought out opportunities to infuse creativity into her work, collaborating with colleagues who shared her vision. This proactive approach not only enhanced her job satisfaction but also inspired those around her. Eleanor's philosophy extended to her personal life. She prioritized relationships that nurtured her growth, surrounding herself with people who encouraged and supported her. The bonds she cultivated were genuine and uplifting, providing a network of strength and encouragement. She also embraced the concept of lifelong learning, attending workshops and connecting with other artists. These experiences enriched her understanding and fueled her creativity, keeping her inspired and engaged. Through these practices, Eleanor crafted a life that resonated with authenticity and purpose. She learned to balance ambition with gratitude, recognizing the importance of both striving for more and appreciating the present. Her philosophy was simple yet profound. Live passionately, create fearlessly, and embrace every moment. This mindset became her compass, guiding her through challenges and celebrating her triumphs. Eleanor's journey was not just about art. It was about rediscovering herself and finding fulfillment in all aspects of her life. She had transformed her dreams into reality, building a foundation of resilience and joy. As she reflected on her path, Eleanor felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had faced her fears, overcome obstacles, and emerged stronger. Her story was one of perseverance and courage, a testament to the power of believing in oneself. With each new day, Eleanor continued to evolve, embracing the possibilities that lay ahead. Her heart was open, her spirit unyielding, and her life a canvas of endless potential. Eleanor's newfound stability and joy were soon put to the test when an unexpected challenge arose. Her company faced a financial crisis, leading to downsizing and restructuring. The uncertainty loomed, and employees were on edge, wondering about their future. Eleanor found herself in a meeting with the senior management, where they discussed potential layoffs. The tension in the room was palpable, and the fear of losing her job crept in. Her mind raced with questions: what would happen to her projects, her clients, her team? Despite the anxiety, Eleanor felt a quiet determination. She realized that this was a crucial moment to apply her new philosophy. She reminded herself to focus on what she could control, to approach the situation with clarity and calmness. Instead of succumbing to panic, Eleanor began to strategize. She prepared a proposal highlighting innovative projects that could potentially drive revenue. Her creativity and foresight impressed the management, demonstrating her value beyond her current role. Simultaneously, Eleanor reached out to her network, exploring freelance opportunities and collaborations. She was determined to keep her options open, refusing to let fear dictate her actions. The days that followed were filled with uncertainty, each one a test of her resilience. Eleanor leaned on her morning rituals to maintain her focus. Her art became a sanctuary, a place where she could release her emotions and find solace. Her colleagues noticed her composure and sought her guidance. Eleanor's ability to remain optimistic and proactive inspired others, creating a ripple effect within the office. She became a pillar of support, encouraging her team to explore creative solutions and remain united. Eventually, the company announced its decision. While some positions were eliminated, Eleanor's role was not only preserved but expanded. Her proposal had been accepted, and she was given the opportunity to lead a new initiative that aligned with her passions. This test had not only reinforced Eleanor's belief in her philosophy but also strengthened her resolve. She had faced the storm and emerged with greater wisdom and courage. Experience taught her valuable lessons about adaptability and perseverance. She discovered that challenges were not just obstacles but opportunities for growth and transformation. Eleanor's journey was a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of staying true to oneself. As she looked back on this chapter, Eleanor felt a profound sense of achievement. She had navigated a difficult situation with grace, turning potential setbacks into stepping stones. With her heart full of gratitude, she was ready to embrace whatever came next, confident in her ability to overcome any challenge. Eleanor's transformation began to extend beyond herself, touching the lives of those around her. Her journey of self-discovery and resilience inspired others to reflect on their own paths and embrace change. At work, Eleanor's leadership in the new initiative fostered a culture of creativity and collaboration. Her team thrived under her guidance, motivated by her enthusiasm and vision. She encouraged open dialogue, allowing team members to share ideas and innovate freely. The result was a series of successful projects that revitalized the company's outlook. Her approach caught the attention of upper management, and Eleanor was invited to lead workshops on creativity and resilience. She shared her story, speaking candidly about her struggles and triumphs. Her authenticity resonated with colleagues, empowering them to pursue their passions and think outside the box. Outside of work, Eleanor's impact was equally profound. Her friends noticed the changes in her demeanor, the confidence, the joy, the sense of purpose. They sought her advice, curious about the practices that had transformed her life. Eleanor organized informal gatherings, where she shared her experiences and encouraged others to explore their own interests. These meetings became a source of inspiration and support, creating a community of like-minded individuals eager to grow and learn together. Her family, once skeptical of her artistic pursuits, now celebrated her achievements. Eleanor's parents attended her art exhibitions, proudly sharing her work with friends and family. They saw the happiness that her passion brought her and understood the importance of following one's dreams. Eleanor's influence even reached Marcus, the street artist who had sparked her journey. She introduced him to opportunities within her company, where his talent and unique perspective were embraced. Their partnership flourished, each learning and growing from the other's insights. Through these connections, Eleanor realized that her journey was not just about personal fulfillment. It was about creating positive change in the lives of others. She had become a catalyst for growth, inspiring those around her to embrace their true selves. Eleanor's transformation had set in motion a ripple effect, touching countless lives and fostering a community rooted in creativity, resilience, and authenticity. Her story was a beacon of hope, a reminder that change was possible and that passion could lead to extraordinary outcomes. As Eleanor continued on her path, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Her journey had become a tapestry of shared experiences and collective growth, each thread woven with care and intention. She was grateful for the impact she had made and excited for the adventures that lay ahead. As the year closed, Eleanor reflected on her journey. She felt alive, purposeful, and transformed. Returning to where she met Marcus, the city's bustle contrasted with her inner calm. Watching him paint, she marveled at her progress. Her journal, filled with memories, captured her growth. Gratitude welled up for challenges, support, and newfound courage. With renewed purpose, Eleanor embraced the future. Life was her canvas, and she was both artist and masterpiece. Sharing dreams with Marcus, their friendship symbolized her transformation. Eleanor's story continued, a reminder to believe in yourself and let passion guide you. The world awaits your unique colors.